Let us see the next part of this chapter. Here in this next part we are bothered about the demand function as well as the demand curve. Okay. Now when you think of demand, what is demand and what are the things that will come in your mind when you think of demand? So the demand is the quantity that is being demanded by consumer, by the companies. Okay. So the demand, it is dependent on many factors. Okay. One of the factor that readily comes into our mind is the price. Okay. Note that the higher the price of a good, the less is the demand. So demand is a function of a price. Also income, right? Note that if the income of the people is higher, they would demand higher, right? So that it is dependent on the income. Also it is dependent on the demand on the price of other products. Suppose as an example, you are consuming tea. So if the price of coffee it reduces a lot, okay, if the price of coffee it reduces a lot, then people would prefer to consume coffee rather than tea, right? So what will happen is people who were consuming tea, they will start consuming coffee. So the demand of tea would decrease, right? So quantity of demand of any product demanded, it can be said as it's a function of price, income, and also the price of other product. Note that there may be other factors also, but those factors are not that important, right? So what we'll say is our demand function we can write like this. So we can say that the quantity demanded, okay, it can be seen as a dependent variable. So your quantity demanded is a dependent variable. It is a function of the above factors. So we can say that quantity demanded is a function of the factors as price of the product. So this is your quantity demanded of good X. It is dependent on the price of good X plus income of the people, then the price of the good Y, then their price can be of other products also. So we are saying that there may be other factors on which it is dependent on, right? So here we will only focus on price of coffee, okay, as one of the item which is a substitute product of tea. So our focus is to get the quantity demanded of tea. So what we can say is the quantity demanded of tea, okay, so this is Q D demand and this is T. It is a function of price of tea, income of people, and also the price of coffee. So what we can say is this is the equation I have written. Okay, so let us try to understand how this is showing the quantity demanded of tea. What happens if the price of tea it increases? Okay, if the price of tea increases, then definitely the demand is going to reduce. So that's why we say that it is a negatively related with the price of tea. So if the price of tea is going to reduce, if it is going to increase, the quantity demanded is going to reduce. Okay, that's it's negatively related to its own price. Then income level. Okay, so if income level it increases, the quantity demanded of tea will increase. Okay. Then price of coffee. If the price of coffee increases, the quantity demanded will increase. If the price of coffee decreases, the quantity demanded of tea will decrease, right? So here what we are saying is the quantity demanded, we are plotting, we are trying to get a weekly tea demand. What is the demand of tea per week, right? Now why we have subtracted from 100, okay, or adding to 100? So what we can say is, let's say suppose if this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, there are other factors which are determining the quantity demanded of tea, so it will be 100. We are saying that other factors make the demand of tea equal to 100, and because of price of tea increasing, the quantity demanded will decrease below 100. This increasing, it will increase vice versa, right? So the price of coffee, tea, etc., all are in dollar per kg. The income that we have is the monthly income of the household, right? So we are saying that it is a household's monthly income. Now the question is, what would the weekly demand of tea when their following data is there? That is, the price of tea is 6 per kg, monthly income is 500, and coffee price is 20. So what we can say is, in this equation we have to put here 20, that will be 0.4. So okay, so it will be, this will be into 5000, so it will be 250, 250.4 minus 4.2, so it will be 350 plus 0.4 minus 4.2, so it will become 346.2. So this is the quantity demanded when the prices are this.